Tonight, the great water deception revealed. Raw sewage routinely dumped in our water. It's a record fine for Thames Water, who are already strapped for cash, for making our waterways a dumping ground and putting the health of all of us at risk.
It does make you feel, oh my God, I hope I don't have a capsize today, because if I do, I'm literally going to have poo all over me.
Good evening. Sewage is being routinely released into our rivers and seas. That's just one of a catalogue of failings found by the largest ever investigation into our water. The regulator has announced that as a result, Thames Water could be fined more than £100 million for being one of the worst perpetrators in the country. It's an unprecedented fine, just weeks after the company announced they're in such significant debt, their cash flow will only last until spring. So what happens now? Here's our political correspondent, Simon Harris.
For rowers at Fulham Reach Boat Club, this is the reality of life on the Thames. The polluted river has forced the charity to adopt a strict set of COVID-style hygiene rules.
When we come off the river, you wash your hands, you wash the boat. If you have capsized, you come in, you shower straight away, you change your clothes. You're supposed to have a change of clothes with you, and you do everything to sort of look after yourself.
Sarah is out on the river 5 days a week.
We see stuff floating about, which is not very nice. It's like poo together with like fat, and sometimes with branches and twigs, and it's awful to look at, and it does make you feel, oh my God, I hope I don't have a capsize today, because if I do, I'm literally going to have poo all over me.
The club is so concerned about pollution it carries out its own checks.
And we'll draw up the sample in here.
All it takes is a bucket of river water at the start of the day.
We're monitoring ourselves, we're very proactive with that. We like to know what's going on in the river, and we follow all the guidance, and we're very mindful about not going on the water when the water quality is poor.
Shareholders at Thames Water found out today the price of the firm's failure to stop its sewage treatment works overflowing. Thames was one of 3 companies fined for allowing too much sewage into their rivers. The penalty levied against Thames was the biggest, £104 million. That's almost 10% of its annual turnover. The water industry regulator Ofwat insisted it won't allow the company to pass the cost of the fine on to its customers.
The company does need to raise new sources of equity finance. They're a £20 billion business. This is an important cost for them to meet, but we think that it's just another one of the set of issues that their board and management need to address. We're very clear it's not possible for Thames to recover these fines from their customers.
In a statement, Thames Water said, "We regard all untreated discharges as unacceptable, even when they are permitted, and are taking action to improve the health of our rivers as a key area of focus and investment." But that's going to cost even more money on top of the fines, and environmental campaigners aren't optimistic about it happening anytime soon.
Forget about HS2 as a big engineering task. The sorting out our water industry is going to be huge, and it's going to take many years, and it is going to take billions of pounds of investment.
And give it a little shake.
Back at the boat club, Adam's got the results of today's test.
So that is indicating, slightly poor water quality for organic pollution here.
As expected, the river isn't as clean as the rowers would like.
So there's big problems ahead for Thames Water, isn't there?
Yes, even before today's fine, it was facing a financial crisis. Its debts are estimated at £15 billion. Its credit rating was recently downgraded, and there have been calls for the government to nationalise the company. Now, while that's not on the cards at the moment, ministers are saying what they will do is stop directors and senior executives getting big bonuses.
We have announced a plan to ban the payment of those bonuses to water bosses until they clean up their toxic filth if they continue to oversee this kind of law-breaking and pollution.
And while Ofwat won't allow the company to pass on those fines to customers, it has allowed it to increase water bills by around about £100 a year to pay for improvements at sewage treatment works.
OK, Simon, thanks very much.